Christian dogma and so on. Unfortunately, this is a very common human weakness and failure. Always cultures take other exotic colors, ideas for their cultural concepts of evil or goodness or whatever. It was very understandable that the white culture took and identified death and the devil and Satan with the black color. But look here again where Shakespeare's greatness lies. Not in the fact that he is this romantic, great poet and everybody worships, but in his absolute incredible courage and braveness and saying that the whole world thinks black is ugly, beautiful, ugly, hell, evil. And he's saying, I am going to say black is beautiful. I mean, we think that when the Black Power said black is beautiful, that was a new thing. In fact, Shakespeare has been there before. He not only says black is beautiful, black is very beautiful, and he's saying, I'm saying, and this has what has confused people. And this is why I've sat in conferences where Shakespeare scholars say black doesn't mean black here. It does mean black, because Shakespeare is, with incredible revolutionary inventiveness, is saying, I say, you, black woman, you are as beautiful as a blonde. I mean, he's making the blonde black and vice versa. He's saying, because in his time, especially the aristocrats, they think it is dedicated to, were very well known as fair, blonde, blue-eyed characters. And he's saying, I'm saying, you are my blonde, even though you're black. And he says, in the old age, black was not counted fair. Or if it were, it bore not beauty's name. People didn't think it was beautiful. But now is black beauty's successive heir, and beauty is slandered with a bastard shade. For since each hand hath put on nature's power, fairing the foul with art's false borrowed face. He's saying, he's very much against makeup. And one of the points, again, it's remarkable, Shakespeare, ahead of his time, is saying black people don't need makeup. The reason I love my mistress is because she is truthful. He's saying, I hate women with makeup, silicone boobs and so on. And he's saying that the reason I love my black beauty is because without makeup, she is absolutely truthful and real. And so he's saying that the art's false borrowed face, in other words, all faces, made up faces, are the false art of makeup. Sweet beauty hath no name, no holy bower. There it is not necessarily the woman. Sweet beauty is generalized, therefore it can be the boy too. Yeah? But is profane, if not, lives in disgrace. Now here. Therefore, look at this. My mistress's eyes are raven black. He's saying that not only therefore my mistress is black, her eyes are even more black than herself. They are raven black, you see. And there's a very powerful dramatic irony there. He's almost saying, my mistresses, he's almost like saying, he's going to say, my mistress is black all over. He says, surprises the reader dramatically by saying, my mistress's, not body, eyes are not only black, raven black. You cannot go more black than that. Okay? Her eyes so suited. Suited there is a pun. It also refers to the makeup suit. The sooty makeup around the eyes. So suited, and also means, of course, so conveniently well suited to her. And they mourners seem. Her eyes are so black that they are like mourners. In another poem soon we shall see, she cries all the time.
So, might just say me advantage of being in this part of the building is we're the last lecture here. So
I'll try and
he prefers us to finish at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
I apologize.
Yes. So what he's saying is that she cries all the time. Once again, this is where Shakespeare is very great. No one has understood this because no one has caught on this theme of slavery. They think that many people think, she cries for sort of, Shakespeare or whatever, they don't understand Shakespeare is saying she cries all the time because she's a slave. And so, also, unfortunately, there's also a sexual pun there. Crying is also, now, okay, I'll have to say it. So eyes are also, according to this chap here, there's no doubt, eyes are often, always, a reference to the vagina, vulva. So mourning also means crying, tears in the eyes also means sexual excitement in a totally different layer. So remember all this and see how difficult and rich these poems are. And this is why, Shakespeare is a miracle of a creative artist. I call him a miracle man. It is beyond human ability to include so much in such a... it is a whole world. This is where Shakespeare is great, not because of that old romantic hot air. At such who not born fair, no beauty like. You see, because she's not blonde, it doesn't mean she's not beautiful. Slandering creation with a false esteem, because they make up, etc. Remember that Queen Elizabeth loved making her hair red and so on, and she pretended... this is incredible how mankind is frequently so foolish and stupid. The country, a queen of a country pretends she's a virgin. I don't know. You help me understand this. What madness, that people in those days, in those times, even in history, should be bothered to think they should worship or respect their rulers more if they think she's a virgin, or Henry VIII cutting the heads of the women, it's just, or just forbidding bathing, it's incredible. So therefore, yet so they mourn becoming of their woe. You see, the woman is always in sadness. She is crying all the time. That every tongue says beauty should look so. He's saying that she is not fair, she is not a blonde, she's black, but I say black is beautiful, and every tongue says beauty should be black. Next one. There's now even more direct proof. Next one, then. Okay, here. See how beautifully he's building up. This is a very poem, believe it or not, tonight. It will be the first true interpretation of this poem. You would have never heard of it otherwise. Nobody understands, and they have completely misinterpreted this poem. So the accepted interpretation is that, you see, because they cannot digest the fact that the world's greatest poet, let alone Britain's greatest poet, is in love with a black woman, they have been desperately trying to find a white woman with a dark skin. So this is why they call it the dark lady of the Sonnets, and they call it olive skin or whatever. And it is hilarious. There was a BBC series about an Italian talking about Shakespeare, and he said, let's go now to the La Dama Nero. And the subtitle translated the dark lady, when in fact in Italian